Welcome to AISD-TV News for the week of November 14th. I'm Sarah Rothschild.
And I'm Brianna Lovelace. The drumline from Bowie High School's Spirit of the Volunteers band recently finished first place at the HEB drumline competition, as well as Outstanding Snare Line and Bassline Awards. They also placed third at the Plano drumline competition. They were awarded a Walmart gift card and a certificate from Clement Ice Cream Vending for the Straight A Hall of Fame.
Berry Elementary recently took their pre-K students on their first field trip to Arlington Central Library. It was the first time that these 3- and 4-year-olds have ridden on a school bus. These students went to get their first library card. Each card has their name on it so they can check out books. It gives them a sense of ownership. Rankin Elementary students also were able to make this important step towards literacy, all possible by a grant for literacy from the United Way.
Recently, about 30 Arlington High School members of the Health Occupations Students of America, or HOSA, under the supervision of Nikki Williams, teamed up with Fort Worth Methodist Hospital to host a mock disaster drill. Students were assigned roles simulating real-life emergencies. The medical job was to triage these victims while assessing their regular patients. Playing victims is a great way to learn about possible injuries and complications, as well as developing empathy for the victim's experience. Students were also able to learn about the importance of disaster preparedness, the complexity of community disaster response, and how to critique disaster drill activities. In addition to being able to provide students with wonderful learning opportunities, students provided an important service to the community. Students were also able to provide agencies with valuable feedback and recommendations about the disaster response.
Gunn Junior High says thank you to our veterans on Friday, November 11th during their second annual Veterans Day breakfast. Lisa Rodewalt, Gunn's principal, is seen here with Otis Johnson, Gunn's OCS teacher and retired veteran of the United States Air Force.
Now we go to Jamie Savarese, who is at Martin High School with this story.
We're here with Garrett Hayslip, and he's an award-winning yearbook photographer. So Garrett, tell us about the competition you competed in this weekend.
I competed in a photo competition this weekend. It involved 5 different categories, which were like motion, people, other, and architecture. I got an award in all 5, and I was just really happy to be there.
So what did you really do in the competition? Like, how was it run?
For 3 hours, we ran around in San Antonio, and we were allowed to shoot basically anything we wanted. I just looked for stuff that was colorful, stuff that might stick out, things like that.
So what were the exact awards you won in every competition?
I won 3 superiors, which is the highest you can get, 1 excellent, and 1 honorable mention.
And is photography something you want to pursue as a career?
I'm not sure if I want to pursue photography. I might. I want to make a lot of money, and I don't know if photography is where that's at.
This is Jamie Savarese reporting from Martin High School. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jamie. Michael Phineas, a dad at Pope Elementary, seen here, giving the morning announcements, has served proudly in 3 tours in Afghanistan while in the Texas Air National Guard. He presented the students and faculty of Pope Elementary School with an American flag that was flown aboard a U.S. Air Force C-130H aircraft of the Texas Air National Guard during the Memorial Day week this year. This aircraft flew a series of troop delivery, cargo, airlift, and medical evacuation missions over Afghanistan in support of the U.S.-led war against terrorism, Operation Enduring Freedom.
Nurse.com, the magazine, I've got a copy right here, is a national publication, and for the first time ever, they have selected a Nurse of the Year. That nurse happens to be a school nurse, one of our own. Here's more in this story.
Hi, I'm Keisha Stanford, and Nurse Cannon from Venture High School is being presented Nurse of the Year from Nurse.com. How did you choose Miss Cannon to be Nurse of the Year?
Melinda Cannon is her community's nurse hero, so it was a privilege for us to choose her as this year's recipient of the Nurse of the Year Award for community nursing. And we're especially pleased that this award is going this year to a school nurse who is valued so much by her community here.
When did you find out you were named Nurse of the Year, and what was your reaction?
Well, I was so amazed, excited, and, well, humbled. It's just, it's not that I don't think it was deserving in a school nurse setting, because I think it is. But I was, I answered the phone in the middle of a fire drill in the parking lot. And Eileen Williamson from Gannett Publishing told me that I had been selected for the award, and she asked if she could please have my contact information, to which I said, you'll have to wait 5 minutes because I'm in the middle of a fire drill in the middle of this parking lot. She was a bit at a loss for words. I don't think that she was used to calling hospitals and getting that kind of response. I'm in a sea of children in a parking lot in the middle of a fire drill. I was thrilled. I was really thrilled and so surprised and completely humbled. This is just a shock to me still. I'm amazed that it's me they chose.
Is there a difference between being a school nurse and a hospital nurse?
I think it's a totally different kind of practice. And I have to tell you, when I was in nursing school, I never thought about school nursing because it wasn't high tech, it wasn't fast paced enough. There's a lot of misconceptions about what we do in nursing. It's not just in school nursing, it's not just wiping noses. We really are teachers, case management. You find the caregiver that the person needs, whether it's a dentist, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical. We tell kids all the time, bring your insurance card to school and we'll help you find a doctor. You can't take a test if your tooth is rotting out. You can't take a test if you don't have your medicine that you took all week last week, but it's not in place this week. So there's a lot of things like that.
This is Keisha Stanford at Venture High School. Back to you.
Thanks, Keisha, for that story, and congratulations to Nurse Melinda Cannon, who has been the Venture High School nurse for 10 years. And now for sports with Taylor Cohn.
A big week in sports, starting with volleyball. Arlington Lady Colts and Martin Lady Warriors each easily advanced to the Class 5A Region 1 semifinal games on Friday night. The Lady Colts have been unbeaten up until the Coppell Cowgirls found a way to stop Arlington's 17-match winning streak. Arlington loses to Coppell in 3 games. The next game at McMurray University, Martin Lady Warriors faced off against the Marauders of Flower Mound Marcus Friday night, but came up short, losing in 4 games and thus ending their season. Congratulations to Coach Colley and the Lady Colts and to Coach Perez Peterson and the Lady Warriors for some great volleyball this season. And now for football. Moving to the first round of football playoffs, Class 5A Region 1 by district, we begin with Arlington Colts, who traveled to Abilene to play the Eagles. The Colts fell behind early in the game and missed an opportunity for a fourth quarter comeback when they couldn't get the ball after an onside kick. Arlington loses to Abilene 35-30. Congratulations to Coach Peach and the Colts for putting together a great season. In San Angelo, the Bowie Volunteers had no problem with the mojo of Odessa Permian Panthers, stuffing their running game. Bowie's next opponent will be El Paso Franklin. At Cowboy Stadium on Friday night, the first of the doubleheader game, Martin versus Midland, Martin had a very slow start, not a single score in the first half, and went to the locker room down 7-0. The Warriors' first score came in the third quarter from a 17-yard run by Hicks. A Ben Grogan 41-yard field goal gave Martin their first lead, and they never looked back. The Midland Bulldogs tried a fake punt but was stopped cold, and the next play, Kyle Hicks took the handoff and was off to the races. 63 yards to extend the Warriors' lead 17-7. Kyle Hicks finished the night out with 212 yards rushing. The next play, Martin's Eric Amoko intercepted Abilene's quarterback Connor Beck, setting up for a double reverse pass for a 46-yard touchdown. Brody Lambert to Eric Hughes. Warriors defensive lineman Mustafa Habul sacked Beck on Midland's next drive, forcing a fumble. He later carried the ball into the end zone from 3 yards out. Warrior quarterback Brody Lambert's 8-yard touchdown run ended the scoring. Warriors win easily 37-7 and now on to area and will play at home against San Angelo Central this Friday night. The second game at the Cowboy Stadium Friday night was the Lamar Vikings versus Abilene Cougar Cougars. Lamar's Connor Berry hooked up with Kavonta Mayweather on this 24-yard pass for Lamar's first score, evening out the score 7-7 in the first quarter. Berry finished tonight with 152 yards passing and 55 yards rushing. Following another Cougar score, Vikings' Connor Curran splits the uprights from 27 yards out, making it a 14-10 game. The Vikings came back from a 21-10 deficit at halftime with great defense in the legs of running back Cameron Smith, who had 104 yards rushing on the night. A late strike from 22 yards from Abilene Cooper's Nicholas DeJoe as time expired knocked off Lamar's chances of advancing. Vikes lose 27-24. Congratulations to Coach Fuller and the Vikings for a great season. Next week's football schedule looks like this. Bowie heads to Midland Grande Stadium where they will play the 10-1 El Paso Franklin Cougars at 2 p.m. In town at Cravens Field, the 9-2 San Angelo Central Bobcats will come play the Martin Warriors at their house at 7:30 p.m. The Martin ticket prices will be $8 for adults and $4 for students, but $10 at the gate. Accepted passes from District 4-5A, District 1-5A, THSCA, and THSGCA. No employee ID cards, gold cards, or student punch cards will be honored at the playoff games. If you can't make it to the Bowie game, come root for the Warriors. Now we turn to basketball. The girls have started, and your standings in 7-4A has Granbury and Burleson with 2 wins and no losses, and Seguin with the loss and the win. In 4-5A, North Crowley has won both their games, followed by Bowie, Martin, and Sam. Boys basketball play begins this week. Tickets for the area around the football playoffs will be sold at Bowie and Martin High Schools, as well as the AISD Athletic Office, 1141 West Pioneer Parkway, Suite 100, beginning Tuesday, November 15th. The Athletics Office will sell tickets Tuesday and Wednesday from 8:30 to 4:30, and on Thursday from 8:30 to 7, but on Friday only 8:30 to 12. Bowie will sell tickets Tuesday through Thursday 7 to 3, and on Friday from 7 to 11. So get out there and root for your team. I'm Taylor Cohn, and that's all for sports. Now back to you.
Thanks, Taylor. Now for our Did You Know section, we focus on the eye. Did you know that a goat and an octopus eyes have rectangular pupils?
An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain and weighs over 3 pounds.
And if you measure the distance between an alligator's eyes in inches, you will know how long he is in feet?
I'm not getting that close.
Report cards come out Friday, so I hope everyone did great. For AISD-TV, I'm Brianna Lovelace.
And for Taylor Cohn, I'm Sarah Rothschild. Have a great week.